Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I got a new mic and I'm so excited to be playing with it and testing it out. So hopefully the sound is good right now. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my April favorites, and I have quite a lot of products here to share with you. And then I'm also going to be doing an update on my Shop My Stash, and then at the end of the video I'm going to tell you about some upcoming channel changes that I've decided to put into place. So if you want to hear all that, stay till the end. Okay, without further ado, let's jump into today's video. You guys, I'm going to start with my least exciting product today, and I'm going to work my way up to like what my most exciting products are. So it's not quite a ranking video, but I did put these products in some sort of order today. So we're starting with kind of like face products, cheek products, and then we're working our way up to eyeshadow palettes, and I have my eyeshadow palettes in order of like at this point. So, all right, the first thing I wanted to share with you today is I have since switched powders. I've been testing out the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish powder, but an old standby that I've used for quite a while now is the IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation Powder. I am in the shade Light, and this is how much pan I've hit on that product. I'm pretty impressed. This is actually my second one of these that I've been through, and I ordered the QVC Today Special Value a while back, so I have two more in my collection. So I know this is something that I'll pretty much always keep in my collection. It's a full coverage anti-aging hydrating powder foundation. Let's just look up what the claims on it are. Alright, so I am on the IT Cosmetics website, and it says Celebration Foundation, it's your 30 seconds to flawless full coverage anti-aging hydrating powder foundation. Why you'll love it. A full coverage anti-aging hydrating powder foundation that truly gives you the power to achieve flawless airbrushed complexion perfection in no time. Delivers highly pigmented perfect coverage that will never crease or crack, and is designed to not only cover but to make your skin appear younger at the same time. The anti-aging technology in this formula blurs away pores, fine lines, and imperfections, giving you a flawless airbrush finish that looks and feels like silk. It absorbs oil and shine without settling into lines and wrinkles. You guys, that's a lot of claims, but I would actually agree with all of them. I think that this powder is beautiful, and you know I've talked before how picky I am with powders because I have dry skin. It is pigmented. You can wear it over a foundation or by itself, which is really nice, which it makes it a versatile product. It does not crease or crack. It does not settle into fine lines. I do think my skin looks really nice and flawless and not dry while wearing this product. I personally think this is a great powder and one of my favorite products that I put on, even though it's kind of a little bit more boring. You know, I tend to lean towards the colorful products like eyeshadow palettes and whatnot. I highly recommend that if you have similar skin to me, which is dry. My next product I'm going to tell you about here is the NARS Afterglow OVERLUST Cheek Palette. This is a limited edition cheek palette featuring brand new shades of blushes and gel to powder highlighters. So here's a look at inside, and the one that I was really loving this month is this shade here, which is called Body Talk. It's a really pretty shade of blush, I think, on my skin tone. It's a satin dusty mauve. That's what that shade is there. I actually don't love these highlights. I just don't think that they do much for my fair skin, and they are a gel to powder formula, so it gives you that kind of more glow from within, but I just don't think there's a lot of pigmentation to it. I wish that these were just a powder highlight, to be honest with you. This would be a great palette overall if it were that way. I do really appreciate that Body Talk blush. My next favorite here is from the JOUER Blush Bouquet, a duo blush palette in Adore. So this is a duo here, and the one that I really love, if you can't tell, is this one here. This one is the shade Adore, a matte, warm, dusty peach. And then this side here is a shimmery, warm, pale nude peach. I honestly rarely use this one, but I love this shade here. I think the packaging is really pretty. So overall, I think these are a great blush. I really have had my eye on one of the new ones, which is, I think it's Darling, that they just might have come out with. The next products that I have to talk to you about today are the OFRA and Samantha March collaboration. So I ordered the PR collection, which was $129, and in that kit you got the Star Inspired highlighter, which is a swirl of Pillow Talk, a soft pearl pink, and Star Island, which is a warm ivory. So here's a look at that one here. These are actually already existing shades in OFRA's collection, but I'd never tried anything from OFRA before. I have nothing to compare it to. The next thing that came in this kit was the River Bronzer Duo. It's a split pan of matte, which is a light neutral mocha, and a shimmer, which is a warm copper bronze, in their liquid to baked tech. So there's a look at that there. I honestly just swirl these together and use them both together because I like a more glowy bronzer. And then you also get the Chicklet Blush Duo, which is another split pan. One side is a pink nude, the other is a shimmer, which is a warm deep rose blush in the liquid to baked tech. This blush duo is beautiful, and again, I swipe these together to get a shimmery blush. Those are the three products that I was loving from this collection this month. Not that I don't love the other two products that were in there, which came with the lip duo, which was the liquid lipstick in Story, that's a mocha nude mauve, and a gloss in Millie, which is a pearl iridescent shimmer, but they just didn't quite hit my favorites this month. So actually technically they probably did, because I wore it a lot early on when I got it, but I have one lip product that I really want to share with you. I've realized that I'm not much of a lip gal anymore. Like, I really like the eyeshadow looks. I've been super into blush this month, and so lips, I just like something that's easy peasy to throw on. These three products that I just showed from that collaboration are great. I'm sure you guys know, but Samantha March is a YouTuber. She is also from the same state that I am from. So we live in the same state. So yeah, it'd be awesome to meet her someday, but I don't know her personally. Next up, I have the Charlotte Tilbury FILMSTAR Bronze and Glow Contour Duo. And can we just take a moment to look at that packaging? It's really beautiful. I have the shade Fair, and then there's another shade it's Fair Medium and Medium Dark. I have the shade Fair Medium. So what this is an all-in-one pressed powder bronzer and highlighter to create killer cheekbones and candlelit skin. I love this little compact here. I've been using it nonstop. I love the bronzer side. It's a little bit cooler toned, but there is a bit of a light shimmer to it. And then this highlight here really, really gives you that glow from within look. So if you don't like a BAM highlight like the Star Inspired highlight is, let me just show you the difference between those two. I'll give you a little swatch of each here, because they are just a completely different look. I don't even know if you'll be able to see, but the Star Inspired is definitely like a wabam on your face highlight, which I love, but I also sometimes just want something a little bit calmer, and so I really like that Charlotte Tilbury duo for that. The final two face products I have to talk about are from Persona Cosmetics. I ordered these from the Persona Cosmetics website because they're sold out currently on Ulta. So I am putting these in order based on my own little non-scientific thoughts on makeup. Basically, I think about like price, what you get, are there mattes, is it versatile, all that kind of stuff. So thinking about all those things, this is how I've ordered them. That doesn't mean I don't like these products, because these are definitely in my favorites and I use these things multiple times this month, but this is how I'm choosing to place them. So in sixth place, we have the Charlotte Tilbury Uptown Girl Quad. Now this is a great little quad, but it's also like very, very extremely cool toned. So I just think, you know, I have some other things that are a little bit more versatile that I'm going to be talking about. Here's a little peek at the swatches of this quad. I love the pop shade. You really can't see how good those pop shades are until you get them on your eyelids and they're like doing their job and sparkling on your eyelids and making your eyes twinkle. And so, yeah, but also these are $53 for 4 shades. So, you know, Charlotte's definitely a luxury brand. All right, next up we have the Charlotte Tilbury Luxury Eyeshadow Palette, well, quad, in the shade Green Lights. I actually ordered this from Beautylish and my pop shade came broken, but I did salvage it and put it back together. So this is a golden olive / khaki quad. It's a 4-step eyeshadow quad with buildable, non-creasing formula and pigmented shades for day to night. Now, the reason that this one is in the bottom half of my 6 eyeshadow palettes is because there's no matte, but that's okay. The shimmer that is in this works really well in the crease, in my opinion. I love these murky kind of green tones, especially on my brown eyes. I mean, look how incredibly those swatched. They swatched better than the Uptown Girl Quad. And I just think it's so, so pretty that I love wearing this quad the way Charlotte kind of intends you to wear that with like, so it's the prime shade. So this would be the prime shade here, that gold. Then the enhanced shade, which would be that kind of olivey toned. Then the smoke shade, which would be this bottom deep color there. And then the pop shade, which is this one right here. It just has such a pretty little twinkle to it. Definitely happy to have these in my collection. Also, this does say that it's limited edition, but who knows what that means. And I also wanted to note that I'm seeing several YouTube videos on this particular quad, and this is the same as the Rebel quad, which I don't think is available anymore. I think she just switched out the names, which is kind of strange that they're the same shadows. Maybe there's a different formula. I don't know. Don't hold me to that. But I think if you have the Rebel quad, then you have the Green Lights quad. You know what I'm saying? The next eyeshadows I'm going to be talking about are from NATASHA DENONA. This is the NATASHA DENONA Mini Retro Eyeshadow Palette. It is a mini palette featuring 5 dreamy colors for romantic retro looks, perfect for a soft pastel look and everyday wear. I would not agree that these are pastel eyeshadows by any means, but I think it can give you like a very nice soft look, or you can really amp it up and wear some of that silver and that green. Let's just go ahead and do some quick swatches. Now, unfortunately, this quint is sold out on Sephora's website. It doesn't say limited edition, so I think that means it'll come back in stock. But there are the shades. I've worn this a bunch. I've used this in YouTube videos, Instagram videos. I love the pink and green tones in this. I think it's so, so pretty. Something totally unique and different. I, have not been a huge like supporter of Natasha Denona, just because it seemed like everybody else was raving about Natasha Denona, and I kind of put my allegiances for luxury makeup with Pat McGrath, just because there's no way on earth I can justify or afford to buy all of these luxury eyeshadow palettes. Like, it's just, there's not a need for it, and I just can't. So I love Pat McGrath, but I have gotten a couple of Natasha Denona. I have this Quint, and then I have the Love palette. So that's kind of my intro into the brand. But yeah, like, I think that this mini retro palette is really fun, and I've had a good time playing with it. But yeah, it is. Oh, and the price is $25 from Sephora, if you can get it from there when it comes back in stock, or if it comes back in stock. We're going to move into my top 3 eyeshadow palettes of April. The first one is, I'm pretty sure this has been in my favorites before, but it's just such a good palette for upcoming springtime looks, and it's the Huda Mercury Retrograde palette. You guys know I love Huda's eyeshadow formula. I think her mattes are so blendable. I think her sparkly shimmer shades give you that magical little twinkle. Here is a look at the palette. Oops. This one is just so much fun. Obviously, this is a huge mirror here, so I'm trying not to like make it too reflective. But you just get some really pretty light, kind of like pinky purple tones, and then, you know, it kind of gets a little bit more berry, and then you have these surprising blue shades in here. Like, I just think there's quite a bit you can do with this palette, and yeah, it's just it's so visually pleasing to look at, and the packaging is just so nice. I just think this is probably one of the best things that they have done. I do have a few, I certainly don't have the whole collection from Huda, but I have a few other Huda palettes, and definitely when she switched her kind of shimmer shades from what they were in the new nudes to that, from that kind of foiled shadow to more of like the twinkly shimmer shade, like, that was a good move, because I love those shades so much. I'm not sure if that's how they are in her other palettes or not, but those little 9 pans that she came out with, the light and the rich and the medium, those are the shades that I'm talking about too, that have that kind of twinkle that, like, say, that Cosmic has and that Ultraviolet has. And as I've said before, when the real magic starts to happen is when you start to layer those shimmer shades on top of each other. You get all those micro little glitters, and they're so fine, and they literally just twinkle. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. They're just so pretty. So this here is a good palette. Now, moving into my final 2 picks. My top one I picked just because I think that it's the most, you know, trendy for going into spring. And, you know, when you go into spring, I think of more warm tone looks and whatnot. But these palettes are both from Sigma. I'm sure you can probably start to guess what I'm talking about here. But this one I just recently picked up, and it's this Sigma Enchanted. This hit YouTube like back around the holidays, I think, and everybody was talking about it. Everybody that I watched was talking about it, and rightfully so. Now that I've tried the formula, I think it's so beautiful. I mean, look at those shimmers. They're so pretty. This is definitely the cool toned version of this palette. You know, I used to have several of those Sigma palettes from back in the day that were they weren't 9 pans, they were bigger than that. They were kind of those square palettes. I'm so glad she kind of switched, or whoever switched, to this style of packaging that's more like reminds reminiscent of ABH. I just really like it, and this is just so pretty. I mean, you have this kind of green shade, you have some pinky purples, and you have this, you know, really dark foresty green in there. Oh, it's just so good. But the one that's taking the top spot this month is the Corda Rosa. I mean, just look at this packaging. So stunning. This just screams summertime to me. I also think it's kind of could lean more fall as well, but this pink shade here, and like I just love this like kind of light corally tone there, and you've got this really nice dark brown to deepen up looks. This shade Corda Rosa, stunning. It's got the little flower embossed on it, and then I was so surprised by the serpentine shade that I liked it as much as I did. And then this Belle of the Ball is a beautiful shimmer. So man, I've had so much fun playing with this palette. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes right now today. So I'll give you a little close look at that. But it's just so pretty, and I feel like people might be sleeping on this palette. Now I will say, this brush, while I appreciate that they did like a theme with the handle and it matches the packaging with the orange, I don't like it. This is just too flimsy for me to blend out the shadows in my crease. This side's okay, but I really wanted to love this brush too, because I did, and I just don't. So that's the only kind of like downside of this palette as well. I also think you could get a total bombshell matte look, entire matte look from this palette as well. So anyway, Sigma Corda Rosa, if you haven't picked it up, definitely go look, search it on YouTube, because I think there's people who have codes to get some money off on it. I do not, because nobody knows who I am. That's okay. But yeah. All right, you guys, I think we've come to the end of the video. I'm really hoping that my audio is good on this, because I just filmed for a really long time. So we'll find out. Anyway, so I had to hop back on because I forgot to tell you a couple of things. One was that I wanted to update you on my Shop My Stash, and I would actually say that these are also some of my favorite products this month, some of them at least. This is the Sparkling Pineapple Eyeshadow Palette, and it's beautiful. I have been so into green lately, and this shade here, well, I'll just swatch the shades that I love to wear together. So here you have it. That green is kind of a duochrome shade, but it definitely comes off more green on the eyes than I think it's appearing in camera. I have had so much fun pulling this palette back out and playing with it throughout the month. I also pulled out the Too Faced Sweet Tea Bronzer. This is a beautiful bronzer, so if you're in the market for a new bronzer, this would be a great one. I love that it has a bit of a sheen to it. It's just really pretty. It's a dual-sided. One's a little bit deeper and one's a little bit lighter. Oh my gosh, you guys, the wind is so intense. Also, this lip glacé. This is the Comfort Lip Glaze in Home Slice. This is also from that Tutti Frutti line, and I just love all of this together. So check that out. So I actually think I'm going to keep those products going in my Shop My Stash bag, which is this little bag here. And then I have my Project Pan bag that I'm also trying to incorporate throughout the month. We'll see how I do. Lastly, I just wanted to say that I've decided to change up my upload dates just a little bit. I want to shift my vlog to Sundays. So starting in May, I've decided I'm going to start uploading my vlog early Sunday morning, like I'll put it up at midnight. And then if you're interested in watching, you kind of have all day to watch it versus the Monday when people are going back to work and don't have as much time, because my vlogs have been longer this month because I've just had more time to just vlog about the house and stuff. So, and then I'm going to keep my Wednesday and Friday uploads. And then just depending on how quarantining goes, there may be more content throughout the month, or I may just go back to kind of uploading my 3 times a week, which will be Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. You guys have probably noticed that in April, I uploaded a lot of content almost every day, which was really fun, but it's also not quite sustainable either. So anyway, I just thought I'd give you that little quick update so you can know what to expect moving forward. So I'm going to try and stay consistent with my Sunday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. All right, now we'll roll back to the earlier footage that I filmed. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.